All right, so I guess I'm going to do a little series of videos here on how to build a budget race car. Um, this is the car I'm going to start with, and it's a 2005 Ford Focus. And there's a lot of things that I had to take into consideration as I decided what I wanted to build for a car. Anytime you're going to build a race car, the first thing you really want to think about is what kind of racing is it? And in this case, I'm going to be road course racing this thing. And then the next thing I want to know is um, what class am I going to race in? And what are the rules for that class? Well, I'm going to race in NASA, and I'm going to race in a class called ST5 or Super Touring 5. And that class also crosses over to another group of cars known as Front 4. Now, I've been racing with Front 4 in the past, and I've really enjoyed it. Here in Colorado region, I've got a bunch of guys in this class that are just super cool, super nice people to race with, and they've been very helpful to me. And I am by no means a professional builder, nor am I a professional driver. And these guys have helped me with build tips, and they've helped me with driving tips that have allowed me to improve my craft quite a bit. Now, the reason that I'm building a car is because I crashed my old car. And that was an unfortunate situation where I got mixed up with the Subaru, and quite frankly, the Subaru won. It was not a situation where the Subaru was at fault, nor was it a situation where I was at fault. It's what's known as a racing incident. And that brings us to a key point in building a car. If you're going to build a car that you really are emotionally invested in, like it was your first high school driver or something like that, I would recommend that you don't build it for a class where you're going to potentially wreck it. Okay, because the car that I built is pretty well destroyed. It would cost me a significant amount of money to replace the door, quarter panels, the A pillar, the rocker, or I'm sorry, the B pillar, and everything else that got damaged. So that's maybe the second thing to be thinking about. All right. First thing is what kind of racing and what class, and then what are the rules for that class. And then the second thing really is, all right, what kind of car? And I would encourage you to go and look at cars that are racing in classes that you're interested in to see what really works well. And so I'm going to run a Focus, and there's a couple other guys in region that run Focuses as well. A guy named Chuck, he's really good, and he's given me a lot of information and a lot of help. All right. But they're not quite as competitive of cars right out of the box as an Acura. And there's a few guys that run Acuras, and our regional champion in Front 4, a gentleman named Andrew, that's what he runs. So that's something you might want to consider. Maybe you're a Ford guy, but you really want to be competitive. You might be better off building an Acura than a Ford. See what the front runners are racing and make some decisions on that. All right, so that's really all I've got in this segment, is just really what are the starting points? What kind of car? What are the class rules? Familiarize yourself with those kind of things. Maybe go to the racetrack, see who's running what and what's truly competitive. And this is something you can do and should do for just about anything short of drag racing. In drag racing, you really can run anything and be competitive, because drag racing works on a index system and that is not how road course, circle track, rally, things like that work. In those cases, you really want to look at what the competitive combinations are. So that's all I got this time, and thanks for watching.